ladder match here. We've got the Young Bucks versus FTR ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. It's the tournament final, in case you forgot. The titles are vacant, which is why it makes sense to hang them above a ring. I didn't like last week at all. I thought it was I don't mind the story, again, of like, this just like, we just came up short. Can't believe we came up short. We were distracted because of all of our EVP duties, and we were distracted and we lost. And now we want our revenge. Like, that's fine. I think that's an easy enough story to tell. I think that works, especially with the EVP gimmick. You didn't need the video footage to tell that story. They didn't even bring it up this week. So if you were arguing that it wasn't a stunt, I think that indicates that it was. And that's kind of all the feud has been. It's like, it's rooted in history. It's rooted in their rivalry. It's not a bad thing. It's a tournament final. So you don't necessarily have to jump through all the same hoops that you would if it was like just a regular kind of match between these two teams. And I don't mind the ladder match stipulation either. I think this is a good time to like break that out. I don't advocate for throwing these stipulations around just at anything. And I think AEW does too much of that generally. But in this instance, I think it makes sense for these teams to kind of take their rivalry to another level, have a gimmick to their match. They haven't had those before with the matches that they have. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't think so.
I don't think they have. Lucha Bros, they had a ladder match a while
Lucha
ago.
Bros, they did, yeah. So this is fresh as far as that goes. And then plus, the tournament final of the vacant titles, like hanging above the ring. Like, I think there's a good visual to that. And it makes sense. It makes sense to do this here. So, I probably give this a B as far as like build goes, just because it's simple because the tournament format. But man, this isn't about the build. This is about the match. And I think this match could easily be insane. And match of the year candidate when it's all said and done. I'll take the Young Bucks. I'll take the Young Bucks, though. I'll take the heels that go over. I think we're going to see Jack Perry. I think Jack Perry is going to be involved in the finish here and join the new elite. And, on they go.
Yep. I think Zach has it right in the super chat as well, as you just said. I mean, especially this stip is really, I think, a really potent marketing for like maybe someone that's on the fence and you give them, 4 days before, 5 days before, like, I do love ladder matches, and this is going to be a good ladder match with like crazy stuff happening. Besides like Darby and somebody in a team that's a part of a ladder match, like FTR and Young Bucks are going to bring it. Storyline wise, the Bucks are obviously way more comfortable, high flying ladder match style than FTR are. So I had to have that pause in there, so I didn't just say R twice. But FTR, but right on my coffee cup if I'm Cody. If you remember that skit. Anyway, yeah, so that makes sense storyline wise. I think the Bucks are going to win. It makes sense for their characters. Also, a good way to get Okada out of the group is to replace him with Jack Perry. Maybe you can have Okada and Jack Perry wrestle, and that seems like a smart place to go to get Okada a win against the newbie of the elite, etc. So yeah, I think it all works. If Kenny can ever come back to like him and Okada being on a team for a period of time is fun. I think that you could get that of like Hangman and Hangman, Okada, Kenny versus the Bucks and Jack Perry is pretty fun. So all works.
I think you're right. Yeah. I mean, this is one of those matches that just soups up the pay-per-view so much. I mean, you already have Ospreay and Danielson, you already have Swerve and Samoa Joe, and now you have like this crazy tag team ladder match, Young Bucks and FTR. Like, this is one of those like sugar on top type deals. Like, I think it's a great call. It's going to be a great match. It could have done without all the madness